Hey guys, the 14-7-22 with a back pair in B slot. Pretty nice looking 14 entrance. Just a little reminder, Matthew, just when you initiate that turn, you're just waiting for Nadia to get alongside you. If you get to this point here, then we've got that picture here where you guys both have your body lengths, so there's the chance of higher chance of collision. And you can see Otto just waits a little longer. Could still wait a fraction more, just so that we get that cog at the start. Right, first couple of sevens are good. Just going to keep going, a couple little things. Right, Otto is obviously struggling with the door. Throughout the jump, he gets caught up a couple of times, and I think that might lead to the distraction later that attributes to the brain lock. Just me guessing out loud here, but I think just being a little more careful of where you guys are in the tunnel. With Otto's legs out of the tunnel right here, as soon as he starts his turn, he's compromised. So maybe just a little bit more, trying to draw everything more into the center of the tunnel. Okay, the 22 build, Nadia, as you're coming into the 22, the angle is good and everything. There's just still some momentum going that way that you have to work against at the start of the block, and it's causing you to turn in place. It could also be that Matthew is not helping you out. It could also be that we need to ask Yora to give a little more of a push at the start of the block, which it looks like he almost starts doing as we get through the session. But just to talk through that issue there, so as Nadia steps in, her energy is still going to the right at the start of the block, and now instead of her body moving off the center line, it rotates in place. So Matthew now is forced into this corner. There we go. So now Yora is having to do whatever it can, and Matthew doesn't look very comfortable in that position, so all the more reason to get some B slot 22s. So Matthew, as you're making that move, really make sure that your main effort is making sure that Nadia gets this side of the line. For you, Nadia, as you come in, reduce the energy, make sure your hips are moving, not just your upper body, so we don't just get an in-place turn. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. I saw the brain lock, and I wonder if it was Otto getting caught up on the door, getting distracted. Not an excuse, just maybe a reason for it. Yeah, so for me, the beginning of the 22, that's the main issue on this jump. And so, Otto, rather than trying to drive your, Matthew, rather than trying to drive your knee that way, be a little bit closer to Nadia. Like there is, it's okay. Be completely straight as well. You don't need to have a cheat, or if so, just a tiny cheat, and get Nadia's hips moving off the center line before you start making your move. It looks like you're trying to do it, but those couple of things. So Nadia getting her hips moving, Yora trying to push her out slightly. Let's keep watching and see if that happens anymore. But yeah, oh yeah, the build of the 14. Yora, you're doing a really good job. Just kind of cruise that move a little more, because Nadia still has an extra 180 degrees to do, because she's got that funky move. She's got all her energy at the end of the 22. Now she's got to move back. She's doing a really good job of it. But rather than you sit in there, I would say just kind of cruise it here as more of a reference for Nadia. Oops. And I guess something that we could be talking about again is, we talked about it in the other one. It's pretty good here, but just making sure we don't go to help our piece partners if we're in the center. Just drawing them on, so that you end up with a rounder picture to the sevens. Yeah, I would say that 22 issue is pretty consistent through the jump. Nice, 14. Let me just check the beginning of the 14. Yeah, so we're consistently missing the picture. So it's better than the exit one, but Matthew just a little more awareness of Nadia at the start of the 14. Probably one of the better 22s for Nadia and Matthew. Because you see here how there's the center line, and Nadia's hips have now moved off the line. And so there's a little more room, and it's a little bit easier for Matthew to get going on the move. Yeah, Matthew, remember that. So Otto's got it there. That's the picture, Matthew, that we're looking for you and Nadia. It just forces width between you guys on the 14s if we don't get that cog.